up, you guys? So today we're going to discuss all the fun questions we get as homeschoolers or homeschool families. So I'm coming at it from both angles. I'm a mom now that homeschools, but I was also homeschooled when I was younger. So I know what it's like from the kids' perspective and from the adults' perspective. So come on, let's discuss it. So I remember my parents' family, like aunts, uncles, people like that would ask me when I was younger, once they found out we were homeschooling, they would always ask me about socialization. How are you supposed to have any friends? How are you supposed to, learn to talk to people? I would just stare at them and honestly think to myself well, I'm talking to you right now. How is it going? Is it going okay? Do you think I seem normal? So one thing I will say to you as a homeschool parent, be better about not taking offense. People are gonna say weird things and they just talk out of their butt sometimes, so just be good about not being offended by things. I think people would be just shocked at all the different types of people that homeschool nowadays. There are some families I know where both the parents are working, yet they still homeschool their children. They, rearrange their schedules to do that, and one parent is at home at all times, but they're both working. That's pretty impressive, if you ask me. My favorite is when someone asks me, what makes you qualified to teach your children? I find that one hysterical, because no one else on this planet cares about the health, happiness, and success of my children more than me and my husband do. No teacher that gets, has to teach 25 kids and has different kids every year cares about the health and success of my children like I do. People assume that we are doing exactly what they do in schools here at home, like I'm standing in front of my kids, teaching in front of a chalkboard. It's just not the case. I would not be able to do my full job as a mom if I had to do that for 8 hours every single day. If you are trying to completely replicate the classroom at home, it is going to hinder your success as a homeschool family. We get school done in about 3 hours every day, which leaves the rest of the day for chores, playtime, socialization, fun stuff like that. One thing I will say is that homeschooled kids are going to be different from, traditionally, well, I can't say traditionally, because we started out as a culture that homeschooled and did out of the house school. But I guess what's now traditionally, sending your kids off to school. We do school differently than the schools out there, and we love doing it that way. So for the time being, we will just have to embrace our quirkiness and rock it until people start to catch on. Homeschool kids are amazing at working out problems and also working independently really well, because they don't have somebody standing in front of them telling them how to do something for 8 hours every single day. One thing I've heard from a couple different parents is, I could never do what you do. I could never teach my kids. I don't remember anything from school. Yet you keep claiming that system works really well. You don't remember anything, but you're telling me that I shouldn't be homeschooling. As the parent of your child, you are more than qualified to teach them. You teach them, you taught them as babies. You taught them, you helped them with walking, crawling, potty training, things like that. And one thing I love is when people talk about, homeschool kids being too introverted. The way you are educated will not make you more of an introvert or an extrovert. I know shy kids that don't speak and go to public school. I know homeschool kids that don't shut up and they're just super outgoing, and, you know, it literally just depends on how God made you, not the school you go to. So just remember this as homeschool parents or new homeschool families. You do school the way your family will thrive at it. You know, like, it doesn't have to look like traditional classroom teacher standing in front type school. It doesn't have to be structured like that. That's what I'm finding with, you know, having my kids home and teaching them. I don't stand there all day and teach them because I have other things to do as well. So I want my kids to enjoy learning and to always be curious. So hopefully this will find people that aren't homeschooling as well to hopefully let you know that you don't constantly have to ask homeschool families about socialization, because their kids are getting plenty of socialization. We do more now as a homeschool family than we did when my kids were they were in a Christian school in the other state that we lived in, and now here we homeschool. But they're in ballet, they're in, you know, other types of dance, they do sports, they do, you know, like different martial arts. Like, they're in so many different things, and there's a ton of homeschool groups in the area. We're always a part of that. My kids like to do Awana when it's that time. They probably socialize more now than they did when they were in school. So homeschool moms and dads, just stand your ground. You got this. And just like I said, don't take offense. People will have weird questions. So I will see you guys later. But I just had to come on here and discuss that because it's been on my mind lately due to conversations I've been having with other people. So I will catch you guys later. See ya!